going to be an exciting championship Sunday. Kristin is looking strong coming into the event. Now, on top of that, put her in first place going into the final round. And I think we're going to see her looking pretty comfortable tomorrow.
Own has not hit the podium yet at Throw Pink, but we know she can hit any podium anywhere, anytime she wants. Own is playing really well to the crowd, and this is one of the biggest crowds of the year. Own's definitely not out of it.
Valerie has cashed at every event she's played this year. She's one of the most consistent players on tour. Always really fun to watch her putt.
It's going to be interesting seeing Eveliina come back from kind of 2 brutal rollaways on 18. I think if Eveliina continues to throw well and makes her putt, she can definitely chase down Kristin Tattar.
Hello and welcome to the final round of the 2024 Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championship presented by Innova Disc Golf. This is our final regular season event of the year, but this event is anything but regular. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese.
Honk.
Kristin Tattar taking the lead in a 3-stroke swing at the very end, now entering the final round. She has a great record. I believe it's 18 out of 22, which is 82% of the time. When she enters with a lead, she wins.
Real quick before we get started, bigger, sexier barrier. You guys can't forget it. We've got Big Sexy Berry discs available now at JomezPro.com. There's Innova molds, there are Discraft molds, and they're the ones that you want. So go shop JomezPro.com. First up, Kristin Tattar with that swing to the lead on hole 18 yesterday. 83% fairway hits through round 3. 85% of her Circle 1X putts dropping, giving herself a look for birdie 65% of the time from Circle 2.
Eveliina Salonen has had the lead until the very last hole. She's 84% fairway hits, 77% C2 in regulation, 65% C1X putting, but it feels like more than that because she seems to always be putting for birdie.
Yeah, always. Own Scoggins, 84% fairway hits, a little bit lower on her Circle 1X putts this week, but she is definitely keeping it in the fairway and keeping it clean 67% of the time, looking for a birdie from Circle 2.
Valerie Mandujano joining us in a big battle against Chantel Budinsky on Chase Card yesterday. 80% fairway hits, 58% C2 in regulation, 67% C1X putting. She's always a joy to watch.
Yeah, outfit game on point.
Hole 1 is a par 3, 283 feet, double mandatory. Get it in the air, clear the log, get a birdie putt, no problem. Most ladies throwing a putter or mid-range don't land on the left side in that bushel of trees. It's definitely a bushel. Nobody think too hard about it. Kristin, one of the only women we see go forehand off the tee and kind of just make sure she gets all the way there.
At 15 strokes under par from Estonia, Kristin Tattar.
Typically, Kristin does not have an inside the circle putt on this hole. She shot 8 down yesterday, which is the best we've seen all weekend. And I think all 8 of them were in the last 10 holes. She was even before that, which is crazy. Oh. A little more flip today, and she is pretty fortunate to get on the outer edge of the bushel.
From Finland, just 2 strokes back, Eveliina Salonen.
Eveliina looking like she just can't mess up from the tee. Oh no.
Uh-oh. And that's how you know these are our genuine reactions.
Yeah, these are real humans, not robots as well.
Owen's been throwing this rock 3 every day really well, generally parking it the last 2 days for sure. I can't quite remember round 1. I'd imagine it was good. This is also looking fantastic.
Inside the circle for birdie, there was only 6 birdies today on hole 1.
From San Antonio, Texas, Valerie Mandujano.
Valerie, oh wow, ramps up and off the log. I've never seen that.
Tony Hawk. Trick shot on hole 1.
Look at how mean this drop zone is.
Oh my gosh. I did not realize.
Yeah. Wow. What a recovery. Is she just going to throw it in?
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Perfect angle control. Perfect speed.
Kristin, again, pretty lucky to have a putt at all. Doesn't cash in, but a very good run. Still a one-stroke swing in her favor. Valerie, also fortunate to be on this side of the log. Connects. Gosh, she's such a good putter.
What a great angle to watch from as well. I feel like we just have the best seats in the house. Again, Own not quite connecting on her putts as much as we usually see this tournament. Again, Kristin shot an 8 down yesterday. Eveliina was 3 down. Own was 2. Valerie was 3. All good scores. I think 5 is kind of like a really solid number. Other than that, we've seen a couple of 7s. I think to win, we're going to see at least that 5 down, I think, to secure. I think so too. I think we had pretty nice calm conditions today, and the wind switched a little bit as well. So I think it's slightly more favorable, less holes with headwinds, especially for the challenging holes.
And I do think double digits is possible out here with the wind like this.
Hole 2 is 542 feet. It's a par 4. This is a little bit of an uphill tee shot with a low ceiling as well. I like a force flex. You do want to land a little bit more left to make the approach a little bit easier. If you do land to the right, it's a straight shot and it brings some of these trees into play. Also that right side OB line. You just want to make sure you don't come in with too much hyzer. You do see some players throwing safer shots coming in and landing at circle 2 for birdie. This is a birdieable hole by everyone, but it's one of the more challenging birdies to get. There's never that many.
This is the shot we've kind of been talking about all weekend, but we haven't really seen too much on lead card. Valerie kind of flexing out a little bit more to the left. I think that's the preferred angle for the majority of the field. Largely, we've seen the other lead card ladies kind of work more on the right side. Like this. Which isn't a bad play, but you just have to get past that last tree and take those low-hanging branches out of play.
We couldn't really feel wind on this hole today. We had been having a headwind, which I kind of like on this hole.
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit easier.
Helps turn it.
But today you just had to force turn it yourself up this hill.
I think Eveliina's kind of been the exception to what I was saying about landing on the left. She's landed on the right every day, but usually far enough where she's past the tree. She definitely overcooks it today. Looking a little nervy.
Yeah, she sure is.
And this is
decision time.
Big shot. She's going for it, I think.
She's done really well throwing this nice and straight, not bringing either side OB into play. She does a great job again today. Getting inside the circle, even though she's, what, 50 or 80 feet back from where she normally lands?
Yeah. That was a beautiful shot. And if you don't play enough disc golf to know that that straight shot she just did is the hardest thing you can do in disc golf, and she's done it perfectly for
every
4
day.
days in a row, I think it says a lot.
It's so impressive.
Own with a good shot as well.
Kristin working a little bit more of a hyzer, but comes in with really nice speed.
Valerie able to choose to go to the right or the left of that tree. She's choosing a turning shot. Boy, that's pretty.
Yeah, I feel like Valerie has old school style, if that makes sense. She's throwing flippy discs. She's throwing a lot of right finishing shots. A good bid from Eveliina, but just a little, not enough on it.
Honestly, that's It's really insightful about Valerie.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was a mean one. A lot of chains for Own.
Right.
Oh, an official
through the left
Jomez.
side.
Yeah, let's see that again slower. And definitely a little left, but that should have, yeah.
There's some big gaps on these baskets. Oh my God. The stank face.
Yeah.
I like that we got that reaction, no mess too.
I know. And then you pan over to Kristin, who looks so calm. Didn't even look like she was playing disc golf there.
I mean, how often is she in this position? It's like every week almost.
Yeah, and obviously she's comfortable in it if 82% of the time she gets the win. Valerie.
82, that's wild.
Isn't it? 18 out of 22. Thanks, Statmando. That is nuts. Ooh, Eveliina kind of squeaks in there.
Both Eveliina and Valerie's discs look like they were moving around a little too much in there.
Mm-hmm. A 4-stroke lead, now separating Kristin from Eveliina. Hole 3, a new tee pad if you haven't watched any of the other rounds. We're on the right side of the road. Easier to get distance this way. You want to go over that OB blob on the right. There's more room on the right. You can see there's an OB kind of half circle in road on the left. Second shot, if you can get across this ditch, it's a pretty easy birdie, or at least straightforward. It can get tough. There's a mandatory tree in there. There's a few trees on the left side that can get in your way, but everyone is thinking birdie on this par 5. Evelina's been playing it so well, she can almost think about an eagle.
Really. Yeah, we love this change from last year. Look at this beautiful right turning shot, gentle fade, so far. And it's perfect.
And as scary as that is, it actually kind of opens up the angle nicely on the second shot.
Yeah, I accidentally landed over there today, really pushing that OB line just like Valerie did. And I think it makes it significantly easier.
Definitely.
Unless you're, someone like Eveliina that is throwing so far down the right side, then it doesn't really matter. Kristin overturning this a good bit. We had a headwind right to left, and sometimes gusting left to right. That one, I don't know if the wind got a hold of it, but it's definitely not what Kristin was looking for here.
Has been kind of a little more conservative on this tee shot than any of her other competitors, landing short of that kind of OB circle, which is fine. It's still birdieable. That was the landing zone from the old tee pad. It just means there's a little more work left to do on the next couple of shots.
Yeah, respect to Own for having her game plan and really sticking to it and executing.
I think she's better at that, honestly, than anybody else, maybe.
Agreed. Oh my gosh. Crushed.
Let's just keep getting this disc farther and farther. And this time she's a little bit more left than she's been. So good.
So good. How far is she past that OB bubble?
We'll see. Own with the racer again. Looking good.
Oh yeah, that's great. Setting herself up perfectly for the next shot to the green.
Man, she keeps playing with those trees every time. Whoa. Kristin, gonna probably need some ground play here to get into prime position. She's gonna need a fade at the exact right time. She's pushing a little too straight.
Oh man.
Yeah, almost.
We'll see if she has a way to get out of that last clumping of trees.
Look how far this is.
Yeah, that was an absolute crush from Valerie. And then look how perfect this is.
Yeah, but she's so smooth, and she's using the discs, using their kind of understability to her advantage.
For those of you that don't know, Valerie had a pretty bad shoulder injury this year that was affecting every single follow through. It was like in the front of her shoulder / pec area. And she really had to kind of chop her drive a little bit where she couldn't follow through as smoothly. So it's really great to see her back throwing these super pure lines, trusting her follow through.
Eveliina just threw that so hard, but like straight into the ground. But it was so hard that it skipped like 60 to 80 feet in the right direction. That was wild. Own with a great shot. Kristin with a beautiful forehand upshot. Pretty much parked.
Yeah, from the rough.
Yeah.
So impressive.
Look at.
Oh my
Look at-
gosh. She can see the basket.
I know. I think she was trying to get even closer based on the power that she threw with.
And a great little forehand chip shot to just outside the bullseye. This one was one of the more birdied holes today. 18 birdies, second easiest hole of the day.
Yeah, our lead card's showing us how it's done. Oh, and get some green on the scorecard there. Nice birdie.
So obviously this is after cut day. It's the top 40% of the field. But today...
Obviously. It's actually the first time there's ever been a cut at this tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. Well,
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not, but...
Yesterday, there were only 5 holes that averaged under par. Today, there's only 5 holes that average over par.
Wow.
I know. That's a crazy stat.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
Talk about math. Honk.
Yeah, honk is right. Yeah, everyone really excited about the calm conditions. Thursday was a pretty brutal day, and we're going to just show...
Is that our first star frame?
Yes, of the weekend.
Of the weekend.
Yes. We're going to show how excited everyone is.
Edge not getting a whole lot for charity this weekend. Oh,
but they are now.
Check.
Holland, ace running.
She makes it all the way through the trees and goes deep.
Okay. And then makes a huge circle 2 putt for birdie. She just wanted to add, 60 feet onto the hole.
As you do.
Kristin now with a 4-stroke lead.
Valerie, turkey to start.
Here's the hole. We just watched Holland play 250, but look how straight, and it gets more narrow as you go down. You can cheat through the right side if you turn something into this gap, and this pine straw is nice and skippy, and you can slide up inside the circle. There used to be a little bit more of a bailout play on the left for the forehand players, but they put one of those little boxed trees to block the creative shots. We used to see a ton of forehand rollers on this hole, but everyone's gotten so good that we just try to throw these smoothie cake backhands up the gut.
Valerie, nice smooth shot. I don't know if it was more smoothie or more cake, but it does catch that. That's my favorite tree to aim at.
And finishing out to the left is the best way. Kristin, one of the few people throwing a sidearm here, and that was really well executed. She's right around, maybe a step outside circle 1.
She's struggled with this tee shot pretty much every day, so really good correction.
Has she thrown backhand most days?
That's
she tried
such a
forehand
good question.
every time.
She has hit that right side tree.
I mean, we watched it. We just don't know.
Yeah.
We were here.
Sorry, everyone. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I love that Eveliina can just power it through the gap. She's not
so cool.
She's not flipping something up into the gap. She is just hammering it.
And it's a Champion J, too. Wow. So slow speed, hammering it.
Valerie turning something over into the circle, giving herself a putt, not getting super aggressive there.
That shot definitely shapes up a little bit better for a sidearm, but Valerie doing a good job with the backhand. Owen with a long look, misses a little right. Kristin for a birdie and a turkey of her own. About 45 or so. Leaves it short.
Eveliina coming back pretty deep in circle 2.
Is she? Or is that just the men's? Oh, she is. She is. The extra tassels are throwing me off.
Yeah. Coming up a little short again, but really nice straight runs from circle 2.
Valerie for a par save. Little right side. And that's one you want back. But as we've said all weekend, the par 3s out here are harder than they look. Own as well. Splashing out low right. I mean, they weren't perfect putts. But you'd like them to stick.
Yeah. Sometimes on these baskets, it feels like low left is the best place to hit.
On these ones, yeah, I've seen more low left catches than ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of have to, but playing with a bunch of different baskets all year long at every different tournament, you kind of have to pick or figure out where the landing zones, quote unquote, are in each grouping of chains for each basket. And it does change.
It does. Surprising not to see any birdies after a couple really good drives there. And a couple bogeys even. It's cool to see Valerie kind of put herself into nearly podium position so quickly in the round, even with that bogey. Hole 5 is a par 5, 794 feet. You see a lot of forehands. If you can get past this ditch, you are really happy. Then it's decision time. Do you try to lay up in an area where you can go across the water on your third shot? This footage is stunning. Is this a painting? Look at the clouds. We don't have a mandatory on this one. The MPO field does. It's essentially the same hole. So if you're out of position, you can go out and around and just play for par, but that comes with its own set of dangers. OB road on the right, OB water on the left. Kristin going really hard at the water. This needs to fade.
Yeah, really aggressive forehand. Love to see it.
Wow, that's great. And that's, you know, probably 30 feet farther than she has been landing. Eveliina has cleared the little ditch easily every day with just pure hyzer power.
Yeah, great.
She's caught today. It's still birdieable, just annoying in there.
Yeah, we had a little bit scarier of a wind today. It was left to right, I believe, this morning. Maybe a little bit of a headwind.
Huh. Valerie, that looks like a really slow speed backhand.
I like that.
That's definitely the way to minimize the error on the backhand, which is absolutely the riskier shot.
Oh, and full follow through forehand. Getting over the ditch. Eveliina doesn't have to bite off a lot here.
Yeah, she's been laying up kind of surprisingly short every day. Right about there.
Yep.
And then going across. Yesterday was the first day she didn't actually stay inbounds, though she did cross and I believe take just a single bogey. Man, Valerie's placement.
Yeah.
So pretty.
She knows her disc so well. It's so much fun to watch. She's also an excellent golfer in the woods. Love to see her out here, though, at the USDGC throwing this course well.
It's so interesting because it's the exact opposite of a wooded course, but also there are so many particular landing zones. I think it's one of the reasons Valerie excels out here.
Kristin with a standstill shot to the next landing zone. Getting not aggressive at all.
Yeah, that looks like a par play to me. Hard to say. Eveliina going across. I believe she's been going champ Thunderbird. Yesterday she faded out too early, went out of bounds. Today she's taken no part of that.
That's a very, very safe shot and she knows it. Yeah, just a little turned. She has so much power. This was definitely a headwind shot here.
Oh, okay. Kristin is still going across.
She throws far and this looks good.
It does look good. Yeah, I thought she was a little bit further up and to the right. That's so good.
That was such a flex.
Honestly, most people would not go across from that position. That's so cool.
Valerie lining it up.
She's in pretty prime position to attack.
Love the height, love the angle.
Love the making sure it's in bounds and not in the water. It's such a risky hole to actually attack with the water so close to the edge. What, 15 feet or so?
Yep. It's actually, I think, a little closer than that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's almost touching the bullseye. I did not know it was that close, but the rope is pulled off from the water. The OB rope is pulled off from the water a little bit. I got to check that out today.
Fun. Eveliina with a touchy approach shot. Sit down. That was perfect. Okay, good. And doing what she did is incredibly difficult because, again, the OB's right outside the bullseye. So more often than not, you see people leave it short and then sometimes miss their putt from being a little nervy. Owen lays it up in the bullseye.
Valerie laying it up as well. Par is great on this hole. It's been averaging at a stroke over par every day. Today, it's only a third of a stroke over par. Wow.
Nice. Kristin, the fantastic birdie.
There were 5 birdies today, even though it played as the most difficult hole of the day.
Wow.
Yeah, besides Kristin, Paige Pierce, Haiti Line, Missy Gannon, and Hannah Bloomroos.
So crazy that the stats flip-flopped that much. I mean, I know we took the top 40%, but I'm still pretty blown away. Lead card playing the difficult par 5, very clean. Ooh. Hello, friend.
So much good bird watching on the course this week.
Also great turtles in the pond. Like when they pile up on a log.
Not as many geese as usual this year. We were like the main geese on campus.
We were. I
usually
was
there's
strutting
lines
around a little extra.
Me too. I was crossing in front of cars very slowly on purpose. The beach hole, the Florida hole, 282 feet. You got to go far and straight and come in at the very last second to this sandy green. It's nice because you can come in hot. You don't have to worry about it skipping. This is before they laid all the sand down. They did so much work on this course after some flooding due to Hurricane Helene. This is one that everyone's wanting to birdie. They tightened up the OB on the backside, though. You can see Kristin coming in a little bit shorter, but perfectly inside the bullseye.
Oh my, so pretty. She has been throwing a grand glory every day. Let's see it one more time.
Oh, tickling some branches.
Still perfect.
This is a stroke and distance hole as well. If you go out of bounds on the tee shot, there's a 45-foot-ish drop zone downhill towards the water. If you go in the water, you just have to putt it again.
Oh, man, so good. Eveliina, Halo Star, Firebird, and the smile.
Valerie with a pretty straight pushing shot, trickling down the stairs.
Oh, yeah. Own going Destroyer. She's been going a little bit wider to the right, playing more of the skip shot. Ooh, short today.
Oh, no.
She's been playing this really well. She will have to proceed to the drop zone. Come on.
yeah.
Come on. Give it to her.
Dead center. What a scenic little putt. A no-mez and a slow-mez already on the card today for Scoggins.
6 holes in. Pretty typical day.
That was a pretty putt, the way it flipped backwards in the chains.
Also, I like that she's just casually like making an absolute death putt with really high consequences. If you ramp into the water, you just have to putt from there again.
Mm-hmm.
Great birdie from Valerie. Looks like both Eveliina and Kristin are pretty parked here. Three out of 4 and a par save from the drop zone. Championship Sunday's looking clean.
Mm-hmm. It's looking like moving day.
Yeah, everyone, pressure's off. Everyone just go for it. Have fun. Checking in with Holland Hanley on chase card. She's 2 down. She makes it through the bamboo gap.
Oh, yeah. Holland showing up today, looking super clean. This is a hard one to go for. Since this is the last like regular season round of the season, I feel like everyone's feeling like free today.
Hole 7's a par 3, 284 feet. We just saw Holland do it, but she made it look pretty easy. It's a pretty small gap, very far down there. You see anything from a putter all the way up to a fairway driver. If you're going to make a mistake, you mostly see people kind of going low line drives and landing short and just playing for par.
Oh, look how cool this is.
It's really cool.
That camera angle is awesome.
If you miss the either side mandatory, there's a couple of drop zones you can choose from.
Wow, Kristin. Keeping it low, smart play, but she's centered up. We watched her struggle with this one yesterday.
Yeah, again, just I love that play. Keeping it low, still giving yourself a circle 2 putt. Eveliina.
She's going for
it. Putter. Bamboo kind of gets the meaner kick. It might be a little awkward, but she should be good for par at least.
Yay, I want to watch Valerie throw this hole.
Close.
Yeah, fading just a little too soon. There was, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember. Was it a headwind today? There was a little bit of wind.
There was a wind.
Oh, right to left.
Yeah, because there's a headwind on the next one. Ooh, Owen with her rock 3. Yeah. Look at her go.
Right when we get to the crowd.
Yeah.
Shines.
Let's get her around going a little bit faster, a little bit fierier. What a cool viewing area. This is where the vendor village is. This is where everyone hangs out. It's why spectating this event can be so much fun.
Ooh, Kristin, right height, just a little left, and that gets some unfortunate ground play. She'll have some work left for her par. Valerie pulling out the sidearm. Not a lot of options here.
No, and this is so hard to give it any kind of height. She manages that really well. Other than a forehand roller there, that's about as good as she could have done. Eveliina, wide straddle, gives it a go. I love that.
Almost throws her back out.
Valerie for a par save. Dang. And a little bit of work left on the bogey.
Kristin cleans up her par, keeping her around.
Bogey free?
Smooth. Yeah, bogey free.
Great putt. And being 2 down with, 2 bogeys is still very impressive out here at Winthrop. On with a fantastic birdie. She's 1 down on the round. Five strokes, still separating our leader. Bogey free, 4 down. Looking pretty hard to catch.
Yeah, looking really comfortable out there. Here is hole 8, just under 700 feet for this par 5. Seems like it's the easiest hole on the planet, but everything's just perfectly placed, especially this OB that comes into play on the second shot all the way down the left side. If you have a distance forehand, I think it's a really great tool to use, but there's a fence that runs down the left side that's after the OB bubble that you can kind of chuck a backhand into as well. Find yourself in a really good place to get an easy birdie. It's all about just managing your landing zones here because there's a lot of room for skipping and rolling on the side hill in the middle of the fairway and again on the green.
Owen with that lightweight destroyer throwing a beautiful flex shot. She did maybe just need a little bit more crowd. to play a little bit better.
She's doing it for you guys, okay?
Kristin has been working this hyzer line. That's a little wider than you want, but she gets around that one tree you have to beat, so it's going to be great. Eveliina also going hyzer. Oh, she's not. She has been.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. She's going very aggressive today.
Maybe the headwind makes that hyzer a little bit less of a viable option, holding that disc on the hyzer angle and bringing in that late tree.
A very cool adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
Valerie looking so in control of that shot.
So smooth.
So
So
smooth.
far.
Queen of smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. I will think of something better.
Smoothie queen.
Okay, that is much better. But now I just want a smoothie.
Own doing this backhand play, not worried about it going OB. There is that fence down there. She's going to be pinned behind the tree, but it's still a pretty simple little forehand chip shot up to the green.
Kristin going forehand. That is kind of what the angle calls for. That looks good if it gets around that.
Okay.
And yeah, that roll's actually not. Well,
Whoa.
it's not a bad thing.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
I think I'd rather have that than up in those bushes, though. You never know what's
True.
up there.
Mm-hmm.
Valerie trusting her disc, throwing straight at the out of bounds line and then turning it.
So good.
She's in circle 2 for an eagle bid.
She doesn't even need the fence. She didn't even use the
I
fence.
know. That's why for real, you saying her game is old school just clicked in my head. It really is in a great way. Eveliina,
Oh,
okay, so
no.
she cleared.
She missed the Mando.
She missed the Mando? I wonder where that Mando line is because it looks like she made it. The Mando's that, big yellow. Oh no, I'm not a baseball guy. Foul ball thing. Help.
Say less. Honestly, you nailed it. With a really, really great forehand roller from the foul ball thing.
Ooh, look at this. Sit down.
Saved by the bush.
Owns third.
And so she did go in front of the foul pole, but she still crossed the plane of the Mando, so it counts as a missed Mando instead of an out of bounds.
Oh, yeah, I've never looked that carefully at that line because you really shouldn't be messing with it.
Yeah.
Valerie, little look for eagle. Gonna be a very easy birdie. Go Padres, am I right?
Eveliina with a really great forehand roller recovery shot, though, even giving herself a putt.
Wow!
Are you kidding me? What?
Oh my. And that, I mean, kind of
Come
keeps
on.
hope alive. Let's see this Jomez.
She's got branches right above her, around the bush, no chains. What the heck?
And this is why you come and spectate live disc golf. What a putt. So cool.
Man, we love to see it.
Owned for her own par save.
Nice.
Oh, so good. Just so good.
Everyone getting the putters warmed up.
Kristin for a birdie. Ooh. Tried to bounce out. And even with that huge par save, still a significant separation leading into the last hole on the front nine.
Valerie with just about the easiest birdie you'll see on this hole.
Kristin 5 down through 8. Remember how I said 5 down overall could win it?
Yeah, there she goes.
There she goes. Eveliina having a great round. She's 6 down right now with the current hot round. Hole 9 is a par 4. It's 362 feet. We've seen Eveliina, I think, be the only one on the lead card to go for this day after day. It's incredibly risky with the OB short, OB deep as well. That's only, what, 15 feet behind the pin, because anything out of bounds, you have to go to a drop zone. That's pretty easy to save par, but if you just play the right side of the fairway and do 2 pretty simple layup shots, it's an easy birdie. But boy, does it feel silly to just go chip, chip, birdie.
Uh-oh.
That's close.
That is very close. That has got to be on the line.
She hides a little bit.
We've had a headwind on this hole the last couple of days. Today we had a tailwind, which was nice.
Really good looking shot from Kristin. I believe this one is played as the easiest hole, right? Pretty much every day?
Yeah, one or in the first or second easiest every day.
Ooh, Valerie kind of flirting with the edge as well. It's fine. She knows.
Eveliina going for it. I think she's gone for it every day.
Yeah, she has only landed safe once, so it's cool to see her continue to attack.
She knows she needs a couple of strokes here. And
That's so good.
Oh, gosh, we hate how punishing this is for such a cool shot.
The reason it's so hard is because those 2 trees force you to throw pretty straight at it, just demonstrating how much power Eveliina has because she keeps blasting right by it.
Yeah, you can't really control your distance very well at all. There's no way to come in with any angle. You can't use the Heiser cheat code.
Yeah, you just have to throw dead straight and try to stop it on a dime.
Yep, with a big old rock in the way.
Owen lays it up perfectly. Kristin to 20 feet for another birdie. And man, that eagle would have been huge. It's going to be another stroke in Kristin's favor here, most likely.
Yeah, a par at best for Eveliina. Oh, I just don't like that at all. I feel like she should be able to at least try to save a birdie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish it was from that other drop zone. Although then you could get a birdie. Yeah. It's just not my favorite hole.
Yeah. Could use a little redesign.
Valerie goes a little bit deep there. She'll have some work left to do for her birdie bid.
Not a lot of separation on this hole today with the top 40% of the field, almost 80% birdieing.
Wow.
Yeah. 18 out of 23 birdies.
Beautiful putt from Valerie Mandujano. Again to move back. What is she, 4 down on the round? Solid.
Kristin just lighting it up. Getting another birdie.
Squeaking it in low left. To move to 6 down. Look at this. Par, birdie, birdie. Par, birdie, birdie. Par, birdie, birdie.
Eveliina managing to save the par from the drop zone.
And that is going to wrap up the front 9. There we go. That is going to wrap up the front 9. Kristin with a significant lead. Oh, just kidding. Bonus coverage. Holland Hanley ahead on hole 10. She's 5 down coming off a turkey. We know she has all the power to carry this big OB-laden shot.
She can even throw too far.
Yeah.
She goes past the basket, inside the circle.
Oh, and a beautiful putt. That's 4 in a row. What do you want to call that today?
Oh, we can change it up. Let's call it a little blue heron, because we saw one of those earlier.
Cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
I'm a fan. Paige Pierce with the current hot round at 7 down through 11, but look at Kristin. She's 6 down. She's 7 strokes in the lead. Oof.
Just like that, through 9 holes.
Wild. Yeah, Eveliina only 1 down, own 3. Chantel Budinsky 5 down. Wow, Holland Hanley. Oh my gosh, look at
Everyone's under par by a million.
Yeah.
Everyone's good.
Way to succinctly say that. Yeah. We have 9 more holes on Championship Sunday out here at Winthrop. Anything else?
Yeah, anything can happen. We get to the part of the course where there's doubles, there's triples, there's quadruples that could potentially happen on a few holes. So this is where everyone has to really hold it together. Come hang out with us on the final 9 holes of Throw Pink. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the Two Hot Geese.
Honk.
Honk.